I got a new one. Kevin Samuels ain't around anymore to use this, but this is my thing, I guess, because it doesn't actually fit everyone. It's like I'm above average at best. I was just thinking about something while I'm stuck in traffic. Fucked up traffic too. It's like the right lane is exit only. There's only 3 lanes, right? The right lane is exit only. This is like Indianapolis, Interstate I-45, I-465. And so I was looking at the wrong GPS. I was looking at my truck GPS. It says right here, 465. Anyway, so there's 3 lanes. The right lane is exit only. Oh shit. The left lane is closed. They got signs that says left lane, no trucks. Although I was already in the left lane, so I really couldn't get out of it. I didn't realize how soon the left lane closed. But yeah, so they're down to 1 lane on this interstate highway. And it's rush hour traffic. Intelligent. But anyways, I'm above average at best. Oh, I'm gonna keep an eye on this exit. Maybe there's a loophole here. Might be able to jump off on the exit, jump back on in the future. But it looks like maybe not. Above average at best. You got all these average at best women wanting top tier men. And I'm not a top tier guy. I'm above average at best. I am at the low end of the spectrum of a top tier guy, so I don't qualify. I'm at the high end of the spectrum of an average Joe. So women aren't interested in average Joes. Women want top tier men. You know? Now, granted, I got more success than your average Joe because I'm above average, but nonetheless. I gotta remember, speed limit is 55 here. You know, it's like I always wondered why it seemed like women just used me as a stepping stone, and the older I get, the more it starts to make sense. So it's like I got this woman right now who just contacted me 2 days ago. She says, let's meet. Why haven't we met yet? You know? I met her on a Dateline, I think in 2016, before my last girlfriend. My last relationship didn't last very long, just a couple months. That woman was batshit crazy. But anyway, this girl too might be also. However, she contacts me off the Dateline. We're talking a little bit, but she gives me these crazy signals, and I'm just like, I back off. And I probably should stay backed off. But about once or so, maybe twice a year, except for recently, she sends me buying signals, right? When I was on these Datelines, which I'm not on them anymore. Well, I am on a couple of them, but I don't ever go to them anymore. Because I'm like, what's the point, right? So, because I'm a normie, above average normie, but I'm a normie, right? So I don't get a lot of hits. I'm not one of these top tier guys. So she's always liking me on these Datelines when I was on them, right? I see her on there. I met her on a Dateline. I kind of know her. I never met her in real life yet. She's super hot. Super hot. Even, you know, she's only a month older than me, so she's pushing 50, and she's still like super hot, right? So this woman is like, I don't know, like, considering the fact that she's almost 50, most guys probably wouldn't consider her a 8 or a 9 or a 10 anymore, but she used to be like a 9 or a 10. She is like really hot, right? So she sends me these buying signals. I reciprocate, and then she goes ghost. It's like, what's wrong with you, right? So she sends me another buying signal. Let's meet. Why haven't we met yet? So instead of being honest, which I thought about being, and I'm actually probably gonna say to her, I'm waiting. I just responded to her. I said, probably because I work too much, right? Because I do. I work a lot. I'm a workaholic. I like money. So I'm not a woman. I can't just go find a guy who's got money and be super hot and get the guy's money. You know, that's the way women think. Oh, I'm hot. I can get any guy I want who's got money. Boom. Then she's got money. She just finds a guy who's got money. Well, I know that, you know, if you're going to go fishing and you want to catch fish, you got to have the bacon, right? So I'm out here earning the bacon because that's what women want. But again, I'm not a top tier guy. I don't make over $100,000 a year. I make just shy of that. So, and I'm not like a 9 or a 10 on the looks either. Maybe I was at one time, but I doubt it. When I was younger, I was more romantic. I was a lover boy, and I used to write music and poetry, and you know, so I was what David D'Angelo would call a submissive lover. Now I'm learning how to be more of a dominant lover. Because I went from being a submissive lover to a submissive provider to a somewhat more dominant provider, and then I relapsed back into the submissive provider position. Now I'm trying to learn how to just be a dominant lover, because I'm not interested in being a provider anymore. Fuck fuck that. Right? I mean, I do still have that innate sense about me where I want to, you know, take care of and nurture a woman, but most of them don't appreciate it. So, this is basically what I have in a draft to send her. She initiated the conversation 2 days ago, and I responded within a few hours. Took her 2 days to look at my message. She just looked at it last night sometime, I don't know. But she hasn't responded, right? She hasn't responded. Well, Doc Love says wait 5 to 9 days. So I'm waiting 5 to 9 days. If she doesn't respond, this is what I'm sending her. You know? So, I might redo it a little bit. Let's see. To be honest, I haven't gotten enough of or the right kind of buying signals from you in order to take you seriously. You act like you're interested in me, but when I reciprocate, you don't respond. I won't chase someone who's not chasing me. I want someone who's genuinely interested in me, not someone who just wants attention and validation. And I think that's what it is. Either she just wants attention and validation, or I'm just a backup plan. I gotta get over 2 lanes. Get over! Okay, so I was in the right lane, but this exit only is on the left lane, which in Indianapolis trucks aren't allowed in the left lane. So yeah, traffic actually hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be this morning. Just in that construction zone, it was fucked up. But anyways, so yeah. Okay, so basically, it's like she's still looking for that 8, 9, or 10, but I'm like a 7, right? Maybe an 8 at best, you know? So I'm at the high end of the average or normie spectrum, but at the low end of the top tier or hot or whatever, the good catch spectrum. So it's like she's either just wanting attention and validation, or she just keeps touching, you know, checking in to make sure I'm still available as a backup, because she's still looking for that top tier guy. So, and I get that probably more often than I don't. That, or they'll get with me until something better comes along, and then they'll throw me to the curb. You know, or what they think is better. Like my last wife, you know, in the beginning of the relationship, I started out as more of a dominant lover, then became kind of a dominant provider, and then kind of became a submissive provider. I kind of lost touch with my dominance. I was studying and practicing Dr. D'Angelo's stuff a lot in the beginning of the relationship, and I laxed. You know, I didn't really know much of anybody else's stuff, so I was pretty much practicing David D'Angelo's stuff. And this woman was all over me. And I mean, she wasn't a 10 or an 8 or 9, you know, she was probably a 6 when I got with her, and I turned her into a 7 or an 8, because, you know, she was hot later, you know, but when I got with her, she was like, you know, above average. You know, she was skinny, but, you know, attractive in that respect. but she wasn't like attractive in the face, you know. She was kind of ghetto because that's what her, you know, that's the lifestyle she was living with her ex. You know, she grew up middle class and then she married down. And for what reason, I don't know. I never really looked into that. It's just, you know, she found him attractive or whatever. He was a bad boy. And so she got trapped in the whole ghetto environment. And so I took her out the streets. And basically, but we had a decent relationship for a while, but I latched off on my, I don't know, manhood, if you will. And then she started losing respect for me. And then she didn't love me as much. And then she cheated on me with somebody that she thought she could monkey branch to. And then, after the divorce, he dumped her. Now she's living in her mom's basement. And that happens. You know, it happens to a lot of us. It happens to me more often than I care. You know? It's like the last girlfriend she was fucked up in the head. But, you know, the whole time I was with her, she was talking to these two other guys. You know? And then, before I got with her, I had porn on my computer. I hadn't gotten rid of it all yet, right? Because, you know, you don't need porn while you're in a relationship. But when you're not in a relationship, maybe you might, right? So, she wanted to be on my computer, and I was just like, I don't know. And she got mad that I wouldn't let her be on my computer. So I let her on my computer. She found the porn. I guess she went looking for it. You know, she wanted something to fight about, I guess. I don't know what her problem was. So she found it. Not like I had a lot on there anyways. You know, I got a lot more now because I don't plan on getting married again. But you know, I had very little on my computer, but she treated me like shit over that. And then come to find out, she had porn on her phone. You know? And it's like, wait a minute, you disparaged me for having porn on my computer, but you got porn on your phone and you're on a sex site and you're talking to two other guys behind my back. Right? I think that's called narcissism. I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, she was fucked up. And the one before her, I had a girlfriend before her. She was better, but she had issues too. She was more of an abusive alcoholic. I really liked her, but we couldn't get along. So I really liked the other one too, but she was batshit crazy. Then the one before that, she cheated on me. The one before that, she wanted to control and dominate the relationship, threatened to divorce me in order to control me, so I left. And we never recovered from that. One before that cheated on me. I can't really remember much before that. But I mean, you know, it's like, I'm always the second best. So it's like, women want me to take them seriously, but yet they don't take me seriously because they treat me as if I'm second best. It's like, you know, 80% of women go for 20% of men. It's like they're shooting above their means. But these women didn't have their sights set so high. You know, they could be happy with second best. And half the time these women are third best anyways. You know, it's not like these are top tier women that I'm talking about, you know. I mean, I'm not complaining that, oh, I can't get a top tier woman. I can get a top tier woman. I just can't seem to keep a top tier woman. You know, I was with this one woman, Candelaria. Oh my God, this woman was a bombshell, just like this girl, Krista. I get her mixed up sometimes with Kirsten, because Kirsten's pretty hot too, but she's married. When I first met her, I was just like, ooh la la, you know. But and I felt vibes like, you know, she was into me, and she probably was, but she's married. So I was like, oh, okay, back off. I ain't interested in married women. I don't mess with married women, you know. And she might have been lining me up as a backup plan too. I don't know. They say over 50% of women, married women, have a guy on the sidelines as a backup plan. So who knows? I might be her backup plan. But I like her husband. He's pretty cool. You know, he seems cool anyways. And he's more alpha than I am. So I'm more like a sigma, right? So I'm not an alpha, I'm not a beta, I'm somewhere in between. You know, I do have beta tendencies and I have alpha tendencies. I just have to learn to pull from the alpha ones more than the beta ones. And that's sometimes hard, you know? But anyways, so yeah, I don't know what this woman wants. Maybe she just wants attention and validation. I don't know. So I say this is what I'm gonna send her if I don't hear from her in 5 to 9 days. There seems to be a mutual interest, but it's like in super slow-mo. We need to take it out of granny gear if you want me to take you serious. But yeah, I don't think she just, you know, she just wants, I think she just wants to feel like somebody wants her, you know. Maybe she feels like, oh, nobody likes me, nobody wants me, I think I'll go eat some worms. But, so she's putting out feelers to see if anybody's interested still. And I'm just like, yeah, you know. But I didn't give her the positive feedback that I normally gave her, you know, in the past. You know, she's like, why haven't we met yet? And I'm just like, probably because I work too much, you know. But really, I give her attention if she, you know, would reciprocate. I'm not gonna waste my time on a woman who's wasting my time, right? So, I mean, I know my value, I know my worth. I'm not, again, like a top tier guy, I'm second best, but I'm still better than most, you know, better than most. And if these women would get into their thick skulls that they're not all gonna catch a top tier guy, and then they can be happy with second best, even though they're average at best, you know. But now I don't know. So I don't know if I even trust her, you know. I don't know if I even trust her. One, she might be crazy, you know. She's already given me crazy signals in the past, so she probably is crazy. She is a single mom. I forgot his name, but he always preaches stay away from single moms. There's a couple people who preach that, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I think I agree with that for the most part.
3 miles, take exit 139 on the right, onto South Indiana 39 toward Lebanon.
I think I agree with that for the most part. My third wife was a single mom, 2 girls. Now I knew her basically since her youngest was born. So I was always like an uncle to the kids anyway. So they knew me growing up because I was friends with her ex-husband. Long story short, her ex-husband was the brother of my brother's ex-wife. So in a sense, I was an uncle, I think, because she was like a sister-in-law through marriage or something like that. Something like that. She was, yeah, my brother's ex-wife's brother was her ex-husband before me. So, you know, yeah, we grew up, or the kids grew up with me in their environment as like an uncle. So they knew me their whole lives. And then after my second marriage fell apart, she was with this other guy, but when I came back into the picture, she hurried up and dumped him and went after me. So she monkey branched. Then, you know, she had this guy that she was with, but she wasn't really happy with him. But she upgraded to me because this guy was kind of a loser, you know, whatever. But she couldn't be alone, right? So she monkey branched to me. I didn't really realize it at the time. I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. You know, I saw it in the background, but I didn't really see it, you know, full light.
In half a mile, take
But,
exit 139 on the right, onto South Indiana 39 toward Lebanon. Speed limit reduced ahead.
yeah, I don't really know exactly what happened, but that's how I see it. So anyway, yeah, wise guy, eh? Yeah. So, yeah, she monkey branched to me, but the kids know me their whole life, so I was probably a good pick.
Speed limit.
I made good money. You know, I had child support at the time, so my money wasn't as good. I was paying $1,000 a month of child support, so that's a whole week's paycheck gone. And I, you know,
Turn
whatever.
left onto South Indiana 39.
And then taxes pretty much took another paycheck, so I was living on basically 50% of my income. But still, I was making more money than she was. Even 50% of my income was more money than she made, you know? So, I was a step up. But, that lasted about 7 years. We knew each other for 7 years prior. Our relationship lasted 7 years. And then she thought, oh, I'm gonna monkey branch to this guy that she worked with. You know, after I upgraded her lifestyle, her whole environment, her whole world upgraded like tenfold. Then she met this guy at work.
Right.
She thought, oh, I can upgrade again. Nah. So he just used her and then threw her to the curb. Now she downgraded. And then she basically downgraded herself, and she's living in her mom's basement. Still to this day. Oh, and then she was with this other guy that got her knocked up. And then he murdered somebody and got sent to prison. So now she's in her mom's basement raising a bastard child from a murderer who's in prison. Fucked up. Fucked up. But anyways, I gotta go. I gotta get fuel. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. Above average at best. And what above average at best guys have to deal with. You know, it's constant turmoil, it seems like. We're almost good enough, but not quite good enough. Oh well, fuck it. You know, I'm pretty content being single. I have a hard time being a player, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. Anyways, I guess this is a red pill black video. Fuel. I gotta do my logbook. What the hell? What the fuck? Ah, fuck this thing. Alright, bye.